Frank, that looked good to me.
Now, just when you thought they might pick up one, now settle for a par. Now, that's a good par there, Rich.
Wow, Frank, this is a really good little par 4, isn't it, the 14th?
It is, and this is where one of those strong three-woods comes in. The last 50 or 60 yards as the ball kicks down and towards the left, and it sounds like an aggressive play, but like a hard three-wood trying to run it down there is actually not a bad play.
Is it drivable?
It is drivable, but it's whether it's worth the risk.
Really like the way he's swinging it, and the results speak for themselves. Inside of 10 feet, beautifully done. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. This will be a birdie if it drops. Moves into second place with that birdie. EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents Practice Round coverage. Located in Charlotte, North Carolina, Quail Hollow was originally designed by the architect George Cobb back in 1961. And Frank, it features one of the most imposing finishing stretches on tour. They call it the Green Mile.
Yeah, 16, 17, and 18. What a great test and a wonderful way to finish this golf course. It has a nice flow to it. Anytime you're in the Carolinas, all these mature trees that really define the fairways. Everything's in front of you. Some greens with certainly a lot of pace out there. You tested every club in the bag. This is a great golf course. Should be safely on deck.
Good, clean contact and a nice result. And a chance for birdie coming up. Man, that was dead in the center and just a little bit short. That's disappointing. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Good, solid par right there. Now to the first par 5 here at Quail Hollow, the 5th hole. It's 570 yards, and it would seem, Frank, that this tee shot sets up well for a guy like Rory McIlroy.
It does. Someone that hits it long and that moves the ball right to left, and that's what you're going to have to do here. One of the main reasons for that is not necessarily the dogleg, but the fact that the fairway, Rich, slopes away from you. It slopes to the right and away. So that makes that tee shot so much more difficult.
And from the rough, he manages to not only make the green, but get within easy striking distance of the hole. This is a 9-footer. Frank, you had to make a run at that one.
Oh, yeah, good effort. Let's see if he can make birdie, but Oda put an eagle on the scorecard, what that would have meant to him.
That's an important birdie right there, into the top 5 on this leaderboard.
Well, there's so much at stake this week, Rich.
Wow, Frank, this is all you want in a par 3. 250 yards here at the 6th.
Hey, that's what these guys need, especially in a PGA championship. Fortunately, the hole plays a little bit downhill, but 250, whichever way you cut it, is a big par 3.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
Frank, this would be a nice way to jumpstart the round.
Yeah, his momentum can quickly go in the right direction if he makes this.
So one shot closer to the lead with that birdie. Frank, there's a lot to chew on here as you get to the tee at the 532-yard par 5-7.
In today's game, 530 plus change you think is incredibly short. And look at the trouble in front of him. Water all the way down the right side and around that right side of the green. Bunkers left. This is not for the faint of heart. Oh, talk about taking the head cover off and let it fly. That's beyond long.
Goodness, did he get all of that one? Wow. Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Well, he gave us a demonstration today why he's one of the best in the sport. Every green hit in regulation. Getting set now over the putt. How'd you like that one right there? Eagle. Out of nowhere. And into third place. There you have it, Frank. The second round is complete. What are your thoughts?
I think anybody looking at this leaderboard, anybody in the top 10 of that leaderboard is certainly in a good position to win. Quality of the golf there in that first 10 is excellent.
Presented by EA Sports in association with the PGA Tour. Well, hello again and welcome, Rich Lerner, alongside my friend and colleague Frank Navalo. We are in the great state of North Carolina, set to kick off the round here at Quail Hollow. Frank, it is one of the most well-respected courses on tour.
And for good reason, Rich. Great layout. Also, we said hello to Rory McIlroy and Ricky Fowler. They recorded their first ever PGA Tour wins at this very golf course.
And let's go down to the first. Frank, time for the third round and time for a good start.
That's right. 2 rounds in the bank. And what will today have to offer?
Frank, he is one of the longest hitters in the game, but at some point, you have to hit a fairway.
Yeah, he's certainly not the straightest. I think that was the bit you're going to put in the middle.
You can see a little bit off balance on the tee, and that one is going to be in the rough. So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. See if he does it here.
What a shot. Perfectly placed right next to the hole. That's good work. That's good par right there. Frank, this is a really fun hole. A pretty short par 3 downhill.
Yeah, half a club, you can allow for that, so it won't play its full yardage. You can really see that right part of the green. That's the most inviting one, but when they stick the flag on the left, you really have to be precise.
That will be a great look at birdie. Now this for birdie came away with par in the previous round. Looks primed right now.
Anything other than backing up. Very aggressive. That birdie, now in second.
Frank, here at the third, players facing a challenging tee shot.
For a number of reasons, Rich. One, that the hole bends to the left. Two, that the fairway starts to run out. And three, the length of the second shot. You get rewarded the better you hit your tee shot down here.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
Those are good numbers right there. 320, 320 yards. Just crushed it in the fairway. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
That's well played. Now a good look at birdie. Frank going for 2 in a row now. Hit it. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. And no problems there.
Yeah, keeps the round going, keeps the momentum on his side.
Now to the fourth hole here at Quail Hollow, just under 490 yards.
Yeah, they used to have the tee on the right side, which actually made that tee shot very uncomfortable. When they put the new tee box in on the left side, it's a little easier to hit that fairway because that fairway slopes from right to left. Rich, there's great drivers of the ball. We've seen Norman, Nicholas over the years, but that there is just excellent. Lovely full turn, plenty of power, and just piped it.
Made it look easy right there, and he's such a good-looking player. When he's dialed in, swinging the way he is right now, just a pleasure to watch. Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. That is another laser right at the flagstick. Shouldn't be a problem here. Thundering up the leaderboard. 10 under par for the tournament. What a birdie. Here we are at the par 5 fifth. It's 570 yards. Frank, this should be reachable for most players, don't you think?
Yeah, if you hit a good tee shot, especially with the draw, it will be. But the hardest part of this is judging that kick on the fairway that kicks the ball to the right. And it sort of turns at that awkward area at where the top of your tee shot range. That's where that dog leg is.
Shot now from the rough. Frank, what's he facing?
Well, the lie first and foremost. If it's sitting down, then obviously you're not going to get a very good contact. Nothing wrong with coming up a little bit short of the green. Problem is turning one mistake into another.
Big swing right there. A great result. And now a chance for a big swing in momentum with an eagle coming up. Just 5 feet left. Just slides by.
Yeah, can't afford to miss too many of those out here today.
He has a birdie opportunity here. Pretty much doing everything right this week. 11 under for the tournament. So through 54 holes, a really good position inside the top 5 with 1 round to go.
Yeah, and those handful of players that we're looking at, Rich, they certainly have looked the best players this week, which makes tomorrow look like a real thriller.
This is EA Sports. PGA Tour coverage coming up next. Hello again and welcome. Rich Thorder alongside Frank Nobilo. Always nice to begin a round of golf with one thing in your bag, Frank, besides the 14 clubs, and that's a little bit of hope.
You could say a little bit of luck as well. Yeah, expectations always run high on the first tee. You always think, could this be the day that you have the dream round? There's only one way to find out. Tee off. Let's see what happens. Took off the face.
That one came right off the meat of the bat. He really laid into that.
More than got a piece of that.
On the green in regulation. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business.
Oh, dude, that's a birdie. One back. We are on.
That's an absolute tracer right there. In the fairway and well over 320 yards. Probably going to have to hit one more club here, Frank. Little bit uphill.
Should be safely on deck.
Early part of this second nine, a good approach shot. Now, pretty good chance for birdie. Made par yesterday. This one for birdie.
In a very aggressive mode with that birdie now in second place.
Par 4 12th here at Quail Hollow, 456 yards. Frank, break it down for us.
Well, there's no fairway bunkers either side, so you feel like there's nothing to work the ball. He's gone for a little extra. There's something about a well-hit shot. Huge with a capital H.
Moved it a long ways. Nice drive, right in the fairway, and a good swing on that one. Frank, we always say about Quail Hollow, you have to play with a clear head. You have to be thinking your way around this golf course. So what's the right thought process on this second shot?
Keep the ball in the right section. That front portion there, you can't afford to go long when the flag's there. Conversely, when the flag's in the back, you can't afford to be putting up and over that wedge. So you've got to be flying that ball all the way back there.
These putts keep the round together. Makes a par, but that will not hold the position on the leaderboard.
A lot of aggressive golf going on right now.
That's how you play the game, right there. Stick it in close and then knock in the birdie. Oh, I thought he had that.
Now putt for par.
Settles in over the putt. And with that par, moves into second place.
Just a mere shot behind.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Didn't check, Frank.
Yeah, just not enough spin on that, really. I mean, that almost like took that first bounce and just ricocheted forward.
Midway through this back nine, could use this birdie here at the 14th.
Sneaks that in. We're now tied. Now, this is not heading in the right direction.
Well, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. Getting set for this next shot from the rough. What does the player need to be careful of here, Frank?
Well, this is where we're going to see exactly how good they are because, you know, that's not exactly the best lie, but it's sort of doable if you know what you're doing.
So missed the fairway, and now he's back where he needs to be.
Yeah, minimize the problems.
And it makes the green in regulation. Bit of a disappointment there. And he's putting for par now.
Now, really, Rich, right now it's just a case of running out of holes. Pars are fine.
That's in the fairway. Frank, what makes this downhill shot a little trickier in terms of club selection and setup?
Because of the nature of the downhill, that ball's just going to come out a little lower. So you've got to take that into consideration. It might run a little more on the back end.
That should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Good, clean contact and a nice result. And a chance for birdie coming up. Birdie try again here today. Had a nice birdie on this hole yesterday. Not too much and not too little. Perfectly played into the center of the cup. Frank, the 17th here at Quail Hollow. It is all you want.
And a bit more, actually. The only advantage the player has is it plays a little bit downhill. But when you look at the lake in front of you, if there's any swirling breeze out there, it just becomes a nightmare trying to choose the right club.
You can't hide the flagstick from that man.
He is just unbelievable, that never deviated offline.
Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall.
That's a ginormous tee shot.
Final approach shot of the day here at 18. Frank, what's the key?
A nice high shot that just holds from that left side would be perfect. But it's so hard to get the ball all the way back because this second shot is played slightly uphill, nearly 3/4 of the club.
Great way to finish off the final approach shot with a birdie opportunity. Just singes the edge, Frank.
Yeah, but at least he's burning the edges. You know you're hitting good putts.
Did the job right there. Just a fantastic week of golf. Add that one to the win count.
A lot of great quality players out there, and to come on top of that leaderboard is truly a great accomplishment.
NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live opening round coverage of the Players. Welcome once again to TPC Sawgrass for the Players. This is Rich Lerner alongside Frank Novelo, set to bring you all the action. And Frank, the 17th hole is always the place to be during this great championship.
It certainly is, Rich. The energy, as we know, each and every year has just been electric at 17, and I don't expect it to be any different today.
Frank, this isn't a hole that sort of jumps out at you the way, say, 17 does.
Yeah, a lot of times people will just sort of gloss over it, but anytime you get a par 4 into 400 yards, it's a great opportunity. But once again, a positional hole. Take advantage of it. Oh, he is winding this one up. Does he have the power?
Look at this. Look at all the power in that coil. This one is definitely heading left. Looks like it is going to end up in the rough. Long drive, but a bad lie.
Wicked.
Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. Oh, looked like he caught a flyer right there, Frank.
Well, I don't know what he caught, but this is way too much.
Wow, lucky break right there, Frank.
Well, that's what everyone else is going to say, except him. Which has been a very good workmanlike performance. Yet another birdie.
Into the top 15 on the leaderboard. Back over to number 7. Catching up now with our featured golfer of the day. Playing pretty well as we get to the middle portion of the round, Frank. How do they keep the momentum going?
Well, there's plenty of holes left. Rich, really good swings. The conditions really are still very good for scoring.
Can't ask for much more here at the 7th. He has hit a good one.
Well, it's going to take a good one here considering what they've already gone through, Rich. Right now, that green is going to look very small, so it's going to take a good shot here to give himself an opportunity.
Some really poor play to this point. And to generate some momentum here at the 7th hole. is for birdie.
This is an awkward length.
Ooh, so close. Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knock it in for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it's going to hurt the cause.
With authority, count it as a par and 2 under. Frank, 17 here at TPC Sawgrass gets all the attention when you look at the par threes, justifiably so. But number 8 is a daunting challenge in its own right.
It is longest of the 4 par threes, plus it's just littered with bunkers around the side, the back, and the front.
No problems there. Really good approach shot. And now, good look at birdie. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. That's a birdie, and that's a good position from which to make a weekend move, comfortably inside the cut line, still with plenty of time left in this tournament. Frank, the 9th is really a good par 5, isn't it?
There's so many options here. Just play it away, sort of 3-wood it down there, then go to the right and sort of wedge it on the green. But it's very tempting, especially in the right wind conditions. And that's if they're coming over your shoulder for a right-hander from right to left. Then this par 5 is very reachable.
And now the second shot here at this par 5. Missed that one, and it is going towards the rough. You have to think he'll be happy with that, given that it looked like it was headed right for the rough.
Yeah, it looked like that was the only place it was going to finish, but, well, it's a little bit unexplainable. Let's see what he does from here now. Lucky break.
Just a superb performance on the front side. He's hoping to keep it going here on the back 9, Frank.
The game is so much easier when you're swinging well, putts are going in. Really, you've just got to keep out of your own way.
Frank, this one's going too far left, it looks like.
Yeah, it was fine there for a little while, but if it keeps going left, it's doomed.
Just averted danger right there. So close.
Why does he have all the luck?
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
This is a good-looking shot. Oh, can't hide the flag stick from that man. As this putt for birdie. Now has a tie for the lead with that birdie.
And a pep in the stride.
Frank, you surprised to see that name on top of the leaderboard?
I am surprised to see the name, but not that style of golf leading. It was great performance, especially tee to green. You don't often see people start that quickly.
NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live second-round coverage of the Players. We're at the TPC Sawgrass in Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida, for one of the game's most prestigious titles, the Players Championship. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. So the action is underway, and we'll take you out now to our featured golfer here at number 1. On the first tee, our featured golfer, Frank, has to be brimming with confidence.
They have to feed off the round from the previous day, Rich. There was a very, very good performance. And we're going to soon find out, see what these opening swings are like. Just smokes it.
And the tee shot ends up in the bunker. Digs in, ready for the bunker shot.
Yeah, second shot here. Just try and aim a little bit behind that ball, an inch or two.
I'll tell you what, Phil the Thrill, Phil Mickelson could not have done it any better. What a bunker shot. Continuing to play outstanding golf, 9 under par for the tournament with the birdie. Now to the second. Frank, what do you make of this hole?
Well, over the years, we've seen more and more people hitting 3-wood off this tee. And the 3-wood's normally easier to draw, and it doesn't run out down that right side.
Into the thick stuff, that's a difficult lie. Second shot coming out of the rough here.
Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. And into the thicker stuff.
Let's see if he can bludgeon this one out.
Offline, and I think that one's headed for the rough. Frank, better than we thought it was going to be.
Yeah, that looked like it was headed for that thick stuff the whole way, but a little fortunate. But then I guess you're allowed that in this game.
Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
He can't believe it. Thought it was in.
In this situation, Rich, a bogey's not all that bad. Still has the lead.
Frank, a nice mix of holes to start. So here we go with a par 3 at the third.
Very narrow at the front of this green, and that bunker too. You don't actually see it off the tee, the back left bunker, and it sneaks into that left side. So if that flag is on the left, just be careful. Should be safely on dirt.
Well, that one didn't work out. It didn't look bad in the air. It hit the green, but didn't sit.
Yeah, it was never going to stop.
So he didn't hit the green in regulation, but he still has a reasonably good chance to save his par, about 10 feet away. Good par. Frank, the bunker on the right, I wouldn't call that a pot bunker. That is some kind of a hazard, isn't it?
Yeah, meanders all the way down the right side, but really it's the lesser of two evils. I'd rather be in that bunker on the right than the hill on the left.
Good contact, good result. Excellent position, just a huge shot. Frank, obviously when people think about TPC Sawgrass, I think most think about the 17th. It's about 140 yards of pure terror. It is, as they have said, diabolical. And here, you want to go low?
The amazing thing about 17, it's the only hole really that Pete Dye didn't design. 17's designed by his wife Alice. They had a problem trying to get from 16 to 18. There was a big area that they dug out when they tried to get some of the sand for the golf course, and then Alice Dye said, well, why not just put a hole there? And really, when you think about it, the advent of stadium golf, the island green at 17, that's what's pushed this game over the last 25 years.
Fifth hole, good par 4, isn't it, Frank?
If ever a hole was built for Lee Trevino, who used to love to cut it, this would be the hole. It just looks and screams for a shot that's hit left to right. And that's the only way really to avoid bunkers left and long, and that one that's all the way down the right side.
I mean, he just blasted it down the fairway, well over 325 yards. Frank, as players get set for the second shot here at the fifth, what are they thinking?
You have to be precise with the second shot. You miss it long and left. Very, very difficult chip there. And, of course, short and right. And amongst those moguls and the bunker, it's tough to get it up and down.
On the green, and a chance for birdie. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. Makeable putt right here. He is currently sitting at 1 under for the round. So has the par. Moving on to the next hole, and the lead, Frank, is very much intact. Hole number 6, 393-yard, par 4. What's in store for us here, Frank?
Another one really where you're just trying to poke it down there. When you stand on that back tee, there's an overhanging limb that you just get an eye of. So if you try and hit that ball a little too low, that's going to encourage a miss hit.
Frank, that is position A.
Yeah, the tee shot was like silk, Rich. I mean, just sets up that second shot so beautifully.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Really starting to shine, moves to 10 under for the tournament. There you have it. The second round is complete. Another solid effort put together, and it shows on the scorecard.
And after 2 rounds, you really start to see not only who's playing well, but who's consistent.
NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Its third-round coverage of the Players. There really is nothing like it in golf. The stadium course at TPC Sawgrass, home to the Players Championship. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. And what a golf course, Frank. And obviously the most famous hole is that little island, par 3, 17th. And it's the ultimate hold-your-breath moment. When that ball is airborne on a Sunday afternoon, you don't know. Wet or dry, victory or agonizing defeat.
It's certainly a great temptress. And it's fitting in this golf course that was created for 2 reasons by Pete Dye. It was created to be a cliffhanger of sorts and to test the great players of the world. And, of course, it was built with natural viewing. So it's the perfect stadium venue for this championship.
That is just a beautiful shot. Frank, you've been there. What's the best way to approach this next shot at the 7th hole?
There's a lot of mounding on this 7th green, to the right and the left. You can use those mounds to kick the ball to the flag.
That will be a great look at birdie. See if he can get something going here. 2 straight birdies. This can be a cruel game at times. Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
just knock it in for a par and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it is going to hurt the course.
Here we are at the 8th at Pete Dye's famed stadium course at the TPC Sawgrass. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. Frank, this is a hole that I really like.
And players do too, Rich, especially off that back tee where it must be about 80 yards of shoot that you go through before the hole actually starts to open up. And this green, 11 bunkers in total around the whole putting surface.
Frank, that reminds you of maybe what, the greatest bunker player of all time? Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Oh, man.
Just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. That's a bogey, but still in the lead.
We start to see shots in hand really valuable. Rich, there's nothing worse than this. This might look all right, but in the mulch, this is a disastrous situation.
So this is not mulch or do about nothing?
Ah, I get it. Ah, nice.
Looks good. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. Frank, we have said it over and over. Another birdie. Now on to one of the most exciting back nines in golf here at the TPC Sawgrass and the stadium course. Let's begin at number 10, Frank, and what do you make of this hole?
It's another one where you're just trying to fit the tee shot in the fairway there. It's not a driver, just something that stays right. And of course, we've seen a lot of people stray here down the left side. Who can forget Mickelson when he won his Players Championship, hitting that phenomenal 7-iron out of the fairway bunker through the trees and still finding the putting surface. But speaking of the putting surface, this green has more undulations than just about any green on the golf course.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Superb shot.
Well, that's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
Racking them and stacking them. That's 12 under par now for the tournament. Now the time to be aggressive. Par 5, 558-yard, 11th hole, Frank. What's the key here?
Tee it high and let it fly. This is the big chance here. This is one of the widest fairways on the golf course. This is where you chance it all.
Right where they were aiming, in the fairway. All right, Frank, the 11th is a reachable. What's the right strategy?
Well, it feels like that green should be about another 30 or 40 yards to the right, Rich. Makes the player aim left, and it's such a narrow green, but it's worth the risk.
Stuck the follow-through right there. This could be really good. That was just a gutsy shot right there, and a good look at eagle coming up.
Inexcusable.
Locked in on the read and the speed. Wow, that hurt.
It did. Shot gone forever.
In for par. Here now, the 12th hole at the TPC Sawgrass. It's a 358-yard par 4, so short on the card, Frank, but obviously a challenge. What's the key here?
Once again, trying to find that right position on the fairway, and that's down the right side. Anything down the left, that mound is going to block your view. Rich, there's rough and rough. That ball is needle-nose down.
Can't even see it from here. That shot right there from that lie in the rough to knock it that close, that's good. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
That wraps up the third round. Just one more to go before we crown our champion.
Yeah, I'm not saying I'm looking at my crystal ball, Rich, but that champion that we see tomorrow might be the one just sitting at the leaderboard on top of it right now.
NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live final round coverage of the Players. Welcome to the Players Championship, always one of the most unpredictable Sundays in golf. This is Pete Dye's masterful creation, TPC Sawgrass. We're located in Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida.
And what a championship final round we're in for today, Rich. Whatever happens in the first 15 holes will only be exaggerated, accentuated. Your choice over 16, 17, and 18. Three famous holes, all with water in play. And we've seen just about every scenario possible over the last few years. Today, we get to add to it.
I knew it right away. Picked up the tee, didn't even look at it. We can see it. It's perfect, right down the middle of the fairway. Midway through this back nine, could use this birdie here at the 14th. A makeable putt right here. He is currently sitting at 1 under par. Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
And he makes it for par. Now it's right in his wheelhouse. Good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. That ball's sitting up. You can bring it in high. You can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
Frank, once again, precision is so important as we look at this second shot to the 15th.
Yeah, you're looking at the flag here. You're looking at birdie. But if you miss, that big bunker on the left will swallow it up. And there's two little pop bunkers on the right. Tough to get it up and down.
That is an excellent play right there. The approach giving him another good look.
Now putt for par.
Settles in over the putt. He takes care of business there.
Solid stroke.
Good tee shot right in the fairway and plenty long. This could be a huge momentum swing here, Frank.
Yeah, one more good swing, and he's going to have an eagle putt coming up. I know you don't want to get ahead of yourself, but it is well on the cards.
This is a good-looking shot. And a chance for eagle after that perfectly played shot.
It's no snack, though.
Beautiful touch. Nice putt.
Off the flight path again.
Well, he'll be disappointed with that, no doubt.
The swing didn't quite look right on that one. Second shot.
Solid play, heart of the green. Not a gimme, but well within his range. That's just a poor putt right there. No other way to say it. And a drop shot, a bogey at 17. So a tester from 4 feet.
In this situation, Rich, a bogey's not all that bad. Still has the lead.
Nice drive, right in the fairway, and a good swing on that one. Frank, really challenging second shot here at the home hole, the 18th.
You have to be decisive going in here. You can see all the trouble in front of you. Water left, that mounding on the right. Neither place really is good to go. So somehow you've got to muster up your best shot.
To win the Players' Championship. Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knocking him for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it's going to hurt the course.
He'll take par and move on. That has to feel so good. A big championship victory.